Morning. I've left camp. I've done 6.5 k's so far. It's a beautiful day. I didn't sleep as well as I possibly could have done. My feet were freezing last night. Anyway, I ended up pulling my puffer pants, my down pants, over the bottom of my sleeping bag, but they still didn't warm up until probably 4 o'clock this morning. Don't know why. Anyway, that's life, eh? Hopefully that won't happen again. And hit the road about 9:20. Did a few things. The video that I uploaded yesterday I tried watching it straight away. It was really pixelated, but I was chatting to Anthony. I'd sent him a link, and he viewed it and he said it was perfect. So he reckons it probably wasn't finishing the background processing. I watched it too early, so I watched that. Well, I didn't watch the whole thing, but I made sure it wasn't pixelated in the areas that were really prevalent last night, and that was all good. Then had a chat to my sister on the phone, chat to Anthony, and basically it was a beautiful little spot. I wasn't in a hurry to get going. Started charging my batteries up. My solar panel's working really well. I do have one dilemma in that I think I said this last night too in the video. So my charger, my 12-volt charger for my Surface Pro has died, and this morning I took the offending end to pieces, and I've discovered why. I just need a soldering iron. Note to self, carry butane soldering iron when you go on bike rides. But I'm hoping here in Calabarin there'll be either an electronics shop or an electrician or an auto sparky, and they'll have a little soldering iron. It's a dead easy fix if I can get a soldering iron, and which is pleasing. Otherwise, I looked on the net, found another one for 25 bucks in Adelaide, and that's my fallback position. I can get that sent. Let's have a look at the temperature and that sort of crap, eh? Let's see what it's doing. The wind is doing bugger all. It's another beautiful day again. Spectacular day to be out. Rightio, we got down to, it's only 5 degrees. I don't know why I got so bloody cold. Maybe I didn't eat enough or something like that. So I got down to 5 degrees last night. It's now at 16 degrees. So that's pretty good. Barometer 980. Oh, fabo. Rising. Yep. Dropped last night, 976.8, but what are we up to now? 980.3. Fantabulous. Looking flash. Looking to the south. No clouds on the horizon. That's because I haven't got my glasses on. Still no clouds on the horizon. Got to be happy with that. Right. Rightio, that's it. That's the start for the morning. Heading to Calabarin and do a ram raid on a health food shop disguised as a pie shop. There's a bloke who makes homemade pies there. Super fab. We'll go and clean him out, I think. Rightio. We'll chat later. Okay, we're off the bike, handheld, gimballess. And why are we off the bike, handheld? We're off the bike handheld because we're doing some wildflower spotting. And these are the wildflowers that we're spotting just here. Gotta watch the sun. Might try and turn around. Swap sides. There we go. I think these are called Legionaltia, but I'm not 100% sure. So don't take my word for it. However, whatever they are, they're very nice. Just hit a little bit of bitumen, and the canola paddock behind it is looking super fab. Just thought I'd take a quick bit of that.
Rightio, so here I am sitting under a tree. I'm going to try and do a recording with the Surface Pro, and the reason is I did a little video on the gimbal yesterday to show you a rural railway stop in West Aussie. They are rather unique in that they're very, very simple. And I muffed it all up completely. So I ended up doing a recording on the gimbal without pressing the record button. I'm pretty smart like that, you know. I'm a fairly high-tech sort of a guy, you know, as you can tell. Anyway, then I go and rant and rave about, you know, how I balance the gimbal and everything. So you'll still get that little bit, but you just won't get the railway recording, which is a bit of a pity, because as I was sitting there and doing it, the Prospector, which is the train that services the stations between Perth and Kalgoorlie, came whizzing past, and he didn't stop. He was doing 130 odd k an hour, I guess, and he came hooting past, so it looked really good. Well, it would have looked really good, but you know, shit happens and that's life. I guess we'll all just have to get over it, won't we? Right, back to our regular scheduling. Hope you enjoy.
Okay, so I was talking about balancing the remover. So what I've done here is I've got 35 cents on the end of the gimbal. That balances that one axis, and I've just stuck that on there with blue tack. Works like an absolute charm. And then on the camera housing here, I've got 60 cents. So it's cost me 95 cents to balance my gimbal, and it works like an absolute charm. It means my battery lasts for hours and hours and hours, which is super fab. This is a really pleasant little road. I've got the Great Eastern Highway beside me, and I've often seen people riding down it, you know, and it is quite a busy highway, being the main arterial route to the east, as well as Kalgoorlie, which is a major mining centre. And I'm cruising along on this little track on the other side of the railway line and the pipeline, as you know, and it's very pleasant indeed. It's interesting to see the grey nomads or the tourists going past, because they have these really nice rigs, you know, four-wheel drives and nice caravans. Ah yeah, same to you too, you bastard. That was I don't know whether you heard it, that squawking noise was a crested cockatoo, white cockatoo, yellow crested cockatoo, so, which is a bit unusual down here. You often get white cockatoos. Anyway, where was I? The tourists, that's right. Now, they have these really nice rigs. They could be toddling along on these back roads, really seeing quite a lot more, you know. They'd be doing 40-50 k an hour, just cruising along, but they don't. I did used to have one of those sort of rigs back in the day, and I used to use the back roads. That was really enjoyable. You just pull off the side of the road and camp, and in the peace and quiet. The old farmers, it used to surprise the shit out of them, because they're not used to seeing tourists roaming around on the back roads, camping on the side of the road. So you'd get a good yak about the countryside and how life was treating them, and they're pretty much the same, you know. If they won lotto and you said to them, Now, what are you going to do, mate, now that you've won lotto? I'll probably keep farming till it's all gone. They're a funny bunch. They live well. You know, they're all running. The majority of them are running nice motor cars, and kids all go to private schools. And because farms out here now, they're multi-million-dollar concerns. I used to have an accountant, and really it was the guy that I used. He was a debt controller, basically, more than an accountant. He used to work with the big concerns, big farms, and basically just shuffling debt from one year to the next. Very interesting. Something people don't realise, I think. There is a lot of stress, I think, that goes with the farming. As my brother said, it's a mug's game. Rightio, well, that little gem of bloody information that you've all been waiting for, that's it. I've imparted that. I'm going back to grunting along on the road on my push bike.
Right, just doing a little follow-up video for the end of day 3. I made it to town, and I was absolutely spent when I got here. I went straight to the pie shop. They've got a little pie shop, I think I mentioned that earlier, and yeah, Parp, that was closed. You'll probably read in the news about pie shop being burnt to the ground. Not sure why. It was done by a disgruntled cyclist. He kept just mumbling about egg and bacon pies. That's all the police could get out of him. It'll probably be open 24/7, 365 now, because they'll be too scared to shut it. But one piece of good news was that I managed to fix my charger for the Surface Pro. When I was buying a couple of trockies, I asked them in the local IGA if they had any Sparkies or mechanics or anything in town. They recommended I go to the tyre shop of all places, so I hauled my great fat ass down to the tyre shop and said to the bloke, and he said, "Oh mate, I've got one at home, but if you go over the road there to MSG or something like that, it was called MS something, MGS or something, mechanics, young bloke over there might be able to help you out." So yeah, I did that, and yes, he did. It was fab. Had a little butane powered soldering iron. We patched that up, and didn't charge me a cracker, and it's going like a charm. I'm really chirpy about that. And I didn't leave town. I was sitting at the servo. That's where I ended up buying an egg and bacon pie from the servo, which wasn't bad. It's about 4 o'clock, and I just couldn't be asked going any further, so I gave the caravan park a ring, and $12.50 for a night here. So I came scooting across here, and I'm spending the night over here, and all is good. I might even spend tomorrow here. My knees are a bit sore and I need a bit of a break, so yeah, hope you enjoyed the day, and we'll chat another time.